So let's go ahead and just get rid of those pages for now, but that's how you would link to different pages if needed. I'm going to get rid of these IDs, just keep it as a hashtag, just so I know that I need to update that at a later point. And let's talk about a couple other things that you can do. One other thing is you can add an inset. You'll notice that it automatically takes the full screen here, but if I want it kind of inset, indented, then inside of the list view, right after the list view, I would say data dash inset equals true. And it automatically takes my list items and insets it, and so now I have some spacing around that content. Well, let's say I wanted to add a filter to that. Well, adding a filter is actually pretty easy. All I have to do is type in data dash filter equals true. Now if I hit refresh, it automatically adds a filter that if I just start typing it inside of here, it automatically takes care of it for me. That's the beauty about jQuery Mobile, is the fact that I don't need to program that. It'll automatically actually do that for me. Well, let's say I wanted to say, instead of filter items, I wanted to say something different. So I'm going to say data dash filter dash placeholder equals, and actually equals and then quotes, and then equals search here. And now if I hit refresh, now it has search here. So I can have this say pretty much whatever I want to say. Let's say I want this to be reveal, so I don't want the content to actually be there until they start typing it in there. And so the only thing I need to do is add on one more attribute, and that would be data dash filter dash reveal equals true. Now if I refresh this, no list items are actually shown until I start typing in something that relates, and it's going to automatically search for me, pop open in the item, and then I can click on that to go to that page if needed. Okay, so let's get rid of the filters for now, just kind of clean this up a little bit. I'm going to get rid of the inset as well. So we still have this as a regular list view. Well, let's say I wanted to add some list dividers. Well, the only thing I need to do here is add another list item. Well, this is going to be a little bit of a different list item. So within the list item, I'm going to add a data dash role equals, and then I'm going to say list dash divider. And then inside of here, I'm going to say section 1. That's going to be the text. Now, if I refresh this, you'll notice here's my section 1. Well, it kind of blends in with my header. If I had this still set as inset, I could still define that a little bit more. But let's say we wanted to add a theme to that. Well, let's go ahead and inside of the UL location, I'm going to say data. So I don't have to apply it to every single list dividers, because if I had more than one, let me just add more than one here. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to paste it down here, and I'm going to change that to section 2. And now you can see that there's all my list items. Instead of adding a data theme to every single one, I can do it on the UL location, the unordered list. And I'm going to say data dash divider dash theme, because we're talking just to the dividers, equals, and then within quotes, we're going to say B. Now it's going to separate or take these dividers and make them the B theme. If I was using the theme roller, then I could assign it to whatever theme color that I've chosen for my list dividers. Now, if I want to automatically create list dividers, let's go ahead and change this. I'm going to say get rid of my list dividers here. And I'm going to add like a letter A, and let's say A on this one as well. And then we're going to say B on this one, and let's add one more. And we're going to say this is going to be item number 4. And so there's some type of relating attribute for some of these sections here. If I wanted to, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to say data dash auto dividers equals true. Now if I come in here, you'll notice that it automatically takes and it alphabetizes this, and it has it in letter A, has all the sections for letter B automatically there. So if I have a list of names, or if I'm using this as like a directory or something like that, then I can add this one line of code and automatically have separated sections that it does it for me, so I don't have to worry about that. Let me go ahead and just get rid of that for now. Let me come in and let's start adding count bubbles. Now count bubbles are, let me get rid of the A and B on these different items. Count bubbles will actually show up on the side of the list view. So I'm going to come in here, and I'm not going to have it right in between this item list. I'm going to have it right after that. But it's still going to be part of the link, so I want to make sure that I keep it inside of the A tag here. So I'm going to put a span in here, a span tag. And within that span tag, I'm going to type in a number. And then on the span tag, I'm actually going to add an attribute or a class equals, and then inside of there I'm going to say UI dash li dash count. Now if I go ahead and preview this, you'll notice it automatically has taken, actually let me get rid of the auto dividers here. It's automatically added a little count bubble on the right hand side. And I can do that, add that span. Let's go ahead and add that span. To other items, and I can switch the numbers here. Let's make this 1, and so let's make this 4 here. Now this is useful if you have multiple items, to let them know that if you click on this, you're going to see another list view of about 12 items, or there's content of about 5 items here. So that's what a span would actually do. And there's also text asides if you do the same thing, or instead of it being wrapped up inside of a little square here, it'd actually just be normal text, and it would be kind of placed onto the side there. Now if I wanted an icon, let's get rid of the spans here. If I wanted an icon that's different than just the normal arrow icon, letting them know that there's more information behind that, then I would come into my list views, and on separate list items, I can go in and add a data icon. So I would say, okay, here for list item number 1, we're going to say data dash icon equals, and then within the quotes, we're going to say delete. And that's all I have to do, really. And so if I come in here and have, I switched out that data dash icon, you'll notice now I have a delete icon. Well, same thing, let's go ahead and just copy that, paste it into another list item, and let's say this one we want to have an info button. So I'm just going to type in info, and now it has the info button here. So that's how you switch over the icon on the right-hand side, the arrow icon. Well, let's say we wanted to add an icon on the left-hand side that adds items here. Well, we're going to talk about that in the next video, how to actually add icons and thumbnails to expand this and make it a little bit bigger to see, and add more content inside of here as well.